Merry Christmas, guys! The Horror Man back celebrating a holly Gialli Christmas with my review of You'll Die at Midnight.
Have a holly jolly Christmas, it's the best time of the year.
I hope everyone enjoyed the 12 days of Christmas and had a wonderful Christmas Eve. But now it's time to celebrate a holly Gialli Christmas. This has been an annual tradition for the last few years on Christmas Day, for me and Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Every Christmas, we review a giallo we watched together. This year, we went with an obscure Lamberto Bava giallo, You'll Die at Midnight, also known as Midnight Killer. You'll Die at Midnight is a 1986 giallo and is essentially an 80s slasher. Jason suggested we watch this one for Holly Gialli Christmas this year, assuring me I would love it. Well, he was right. This was awesome, and it is probably one of my new favorite Gialli. This is one I know I'll be revisiting time and time again. I did love it. As obscure and rare as it is to find in the US, You'll Die at Midnight is infamous for one particular scene. One of the female victims tries to fight back at the killer with an electric whisk. Yup, she brought a whisk to a knife fight. Obviously, that doesn't work out in her favor. It's fun for us as viewers to watch, though, and I can definitely understand why that scene is so memorable. It's certainly hard to forget a moment like that. A man named Nicola, who happens to be a cop, catches his wife with another man. This obviously leads to a heated argument between the married couple, which soon turns violent. Nicola almost strangles his wife to death, but shows some restraint. She then stabs him with an ice pick, but he survives. Then he almost drowns her in a sink full of water, but again restrains himself. Finally, he leaves, with divorce obviously on the horizon. Soon after, though, Nicola's wife is murdered when she is stabbed to death in the shower. Of course, Nicola becomes the prime suspect. Even his fellow cops believe he is to blame. Nicola turns to his friend Anna for help. Anna is a psychology professor, and one of her students happens to be the daughter of the lead inspector on the case. Carol, the inspector's daughter, may also be a target of the killer. One by one, Carol's friends and other victims are picked off. She is nearly killed herself, but not before getting a good look at the assailant. She believes it to be a man named Franco Trebo, a maniac who has allegedly been dead for years. He was also a case study of Anna before his alleged demise. Soon, Anna also starts to believe that Franco has somehow returned. The inspector, however, doesn't buy it for a second. He thinks it's a copycat, and Nicola is still his number one suspect. But how can this killer have the same face as Trebo if he supposedly died years ago? It's up to the inspector, with assistance from Anna, to solve the case before Carol is added to the body count. Who is the Midnight Killer? That's the mystery. As I already mentioned, this is already one of my new favorite gialli. For me, it's a perfect example of what a giallo should be. The killer is so creepy, and not just his look, but his voice and the way he talks. He's a bit of a pervert too, if you ask me. I love the locations in You'll Die at Midnight. The movie was shot on location in Italy. There are scenes at the college, scenes in a museum, which I loved. There's a department store sequence, which I love most of all, and there's even a hotel in the climax of the film. Plus, I love the scenery in the outdoor shots. The movie definitely has an autumn look to it, and it's very atmospheric. The kills are brutal, some more than others. Nicola's wife gets it pretty good in the shower. From what I've read, although I cannot confirm this, You'll Die at Midnight actually aired as a TV movie in Italy. That's probably why there isn't a lot of gratuitous nudity, which is typically present in Gialli. We do get a nip slip, however, so I'll take it. The movie is very engaging and fast-paced. It also has a runtime of under 90 minutes. And then, of course, we have the reveal, which I think was executed perfectly. The motive explanation isn't overly long, as is often the case in most other Gialli. You'll Die at Midnight, or Midnight Killer, is fantastic, and I'm sure most other fans of Gialli would agree. It's a giallo I'd be willing to bet most 80s slasher fans would love. After all, a giallo is just an Italian slasher. It has some great 80s cheese, and for those of you who care about this sort of thing, the copy Jason and I watched was English dubbed, so you don't have to read subtitles if that's a problem for you. Plus, the English dubbing adds to the entertainment value. It's a shame this one is as obscure as it is, especially since it was co-written and directed by Lamberto Bava. In my opinion, it's a hidden gem giallo. Have you seen You'll Die at Midnight or Midnight Killer? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. Of course, please be sure to check out Jason's video as well to hear his thoughts. Which giallo will we watch and review to celebrate Holly Gialli Christmas next year? And don't forget, before that, we'll be celebrating Gialli in July once again. Until then, though, I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas. And remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.